Hey everybody, welcome back to Vinyl 101 with Kent. For this episode, I'm not actually going to be reviewing a specific album, but what I'm doing is going to celebrate 3 albums in my collection that are actually celebrating major birthdays this month. Again, we've got 3 albums. I'm going to go over each one of them, talk about where I was in my exploration of the band at the time the album came out, what came of that album, what came of the band, and just my love of the band and the album. So, album number 1, we are starting with this juggernaut, Aenima by Tool. This was released on September 22nd of 1996. It's actually celebrating its 27th birthday this month. This was really my first introduction into Tool, who is my, next to Failure, is my all-time favorite band. When their initial full-length album, Undertow, came out, I was still just a little kid. I mean, I think I was in 8th or 9th grade. You know, back then MTV was still going and actually playing videos. Remember when they actually played videos and actually supported music? Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore. Anyway, so, you know, I was aware of the video for Sober, and I thought it was an amazing tune, but they weren't really on my radar at that point. But when this came out, I immediately was hooked. You had singles on the radios immediately, 46 and 2 and Stinkfist, which were just amazing tunes. When I got my hands on the CD for this originally for the very first time, I was absolutely blown away. You know, from what I'd heard of Undertow, it was a complete departure. You had Tool kind of launching into its prog birthright, I guess, because they are known as one of the all-time best prog bands that are still in existence in today's music industry. This album actually happens to have one of my all-time favorite Tool songs that I obviously learned once I started experiencing and really reviewing and listening and again experiencing the album, a tune called Third Eye. It's I think a 15-minute just juggernaut of a tune, just keeps going and going and going. And that's what Tool and other bands like them are about. They're about long-form tunes. They're not really built to be, their songs aren't really built to be played on the radio because they want their true fans to experience them by purchasing the music. I love this album. I love Tool. If you know Tool and you know this album, you know what exactly the hell I'm talking about. If you don't, shame on you. Buy this album. You can find it everywhere. It's on streaming services. But again, if you don't know this album, you're missing out. All right. So album number 2 happens to be a second band from the lead singer of Tool, Maynard James Keenan. I'm talking about A Perfect Circle. This is A Perfect Circle sophomore release, 13th Step. The album was released on September 16th, 2003. Exactly 20 years ago, give or take a couple of days. Again, like I said, this was their sophomore album, and to me, it's my favorite of their albums. You get a different sound from Tool, A Perfect Circle, Maynard's other band, Pussifer. This is a more melodic and plays toward the mental side of the being of human beings, and it's just a killer album. You even have, I don't mean to keep just making this all Failure, but you have a cover of Failure's The Nurse Who Loved Me, which is amazing. I was fortunate. I got to see probably 6 concerts from when they were touring on this album. Even travel. I was living in the Midwest back then. I was living in Kansas, but I got to go to some pretty cool places. Went to Omaha, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I even traveled to Florida to go see this tour. It was amazing. Obviously saw it several times in Kansas City, and have seen them several times since. Well, more than several, but a lot of times since they've been here in Phoenix, since I've been living here. And recently, within the last couple weeks, lead singer Maynard James Keenan announced he was doing a big birthday show for his 60th birthday. It was a show featuring A Perfect Circle, Pussifer, and Primus. Now, for his 50th birthday, he did the same type of thing, but it was A Perfect Circle, Pussifer, and Failure. Yeah, that's right. It was awesome. One of the actually the best show I've ever seen, and I can't wait for this because, from what I've read, it's supposed to be the same type of a show where each band plays 3 songs. Members from all the other bands join in, and then one band goes off, the other band comes on, plays 3 songs. Same thing. Members from other bands come on and play along with the band, and then 3 songs later, they go off, the third band comes on. So I can't wait. But again, this is my favorite Perfect Circle album. If you don't know Perfect Circle, again, you're missing out. Check this album out. It is so beautiful. I love it. Then, finally, the album that changed my life. I'm talking about Rust in Peace by the mighty Megadeth. Megadeth, oh my God. They were the band that changed my life. I think my brother and I were in 8th grade. I was coming back upstairs to finish my homework, and he was in his room listening to the tape of this. And I thought, what was that? And the song that was playing was one of my all-time favorite Megadeth tunes, Tornado of Souls. Oh my God. So, Rust in Peace was released on September 24th, 1990. 33 years ago. This album, like I said, changed my life. It set me on a trajectory of a passion and a love of heavy metal, fast music. My love of music is in different genres, but metal, man, metal! I love this tune. As I've stated in my former posts on my Instagram page, I've reviewed this album. If you could just see the cover, I mean, look, they're politicians. It's all about the politicians covering the invasion of alien life on on Earth. Aliens crashing. Area 51. Hello. Hangar 18. Yes. So, happy birthday to Rust in Peace. It's a classic banger album. Again, you should know who Megadeth is. I talk about them enough, and you should know what this album is, and the importance to the heavy metal industry. If you don't, I'm so sorry for you. But again, I've got Megadeth's Rust in Peace, Tool's Aenima, and A Perfect Circle's 13th Step. 3 albums that, again, are celebrating birthdays this month. Amazing albums. Amazing. And I've been fortunate to have these in my collection for years. I've also had the CDs back before I started collecting vinyl. And I've been fortunate, again, to see all 3 of these bands multiple times. Perfect Circle I've probably seen 8 or 9 times. Tool I've seen 14 times. Megadeth I've probably seen 18 times. Can you say I'm addicted, maybe? I don't know. I love my music. But that's all I have for right now, guys. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. Love my shirt from this great music shop, or record store, I should say. in Minneapolis, Minnesota called Electric Fetus. I traveled there last year for a baseball trip, and of course, what did I do the moment I got into town? Record shopping. Anyway, thank you as always. I'll be posting again soon. Hope you tune in. But as always, thank you so much for your support and for tuning in. And we'll see you next time, guys. See ya. Bye.